All right, back with the rapid speed run. We are on a 14-game win streak to start off the series, just past 1200 last episode. Let's see if we can continue to climb up the ranks. I'd say once you reach 1200, we're officially into the intermediate territory, so we're facing J11P is his username, which is 1232 is a pretty decent rating here, so we'll win 24 more ELO if we're able to win this game. We get a double Fianchetto by our opponent, and our opponent's really refusing to take the center, so I'll go ahead and do that. Let's play our bishop here. Let's play our knight out, and we'll try and take the full center here. Okay, he puts a little bit more pressure on that pawn there. I could look to defend with my queen, or I could push it. He probably jumps in. Okay, he goes back to the starting square. That feels like an interesting move to me. Let's go ahead and castle. All right, and what to do? Let's move my queen over. If he castles, that would be a mistake. He does not. Pressure on that pawn. Let's bring our rook over. And now he castles. So I want to dislodge that knight because then I can win the pawn on g3. So g5 or on h3. So g5 immediately comes to mind. Let's see if there are any better ways of doing this, because that does weaken my king a little bit. Looks like it is probably worth it though. So that, interesting. So that's actually a great move. That defends that pawn indirectly because I can't take it right away because my knight is under fire between his bishop and his knight. And if I take the knight first, then the queen gets in and the queen defends the pawn on h3. So let's see what I want to do here. I could develop the rook. That's going to block things though. So let's do it this way. Got to take, and then play my pawn out. We trade bishops. And then I'll see if I can figure out how to drive the queen away. I also like that I can now hop my knight into e5 here. That's a good move. Let's play here. All right, a couple options here. I could play h takes or f takes. I'm inclined to play h takes. The reason behind that is I want to get my rook onto the h file to drive his queen away. I don't know if he can really stop that. So that's a good move, but it's going to be too slow. I'm going to get to play this here. Now bishop h3. Looks good to me. If he takes, I can still take. That does open up his rook though. So two moves I'm contemplating right now. Bishop h3, and then I'm also contemplating g4 just to shut down, opening things up, inviting his rook into the game. Less confident in that move though, because that does block my bishop and queen. So let's do this first. Okay. I can take, if I take the bishop first, he can play the in-between move of pawn takes. Then I might be able to hide my king. What threats does he have if I don't take? That's no good. That's no good. All right, let's take. He does have a lot of activity here, but so if I take, he has should I play knight out? No. Takes, check. If I go here, check. Mate. If I go here, check, he'll pick up the knight. So I might have to go here, then takes, he wins a piece. So that's not good. I might be in a little bit of trouble here. Let's calculate carefully. What if I go here? Then that check is GG's. If I go down, that's checkmate in one. So I might have to go here. Okay, this feels good for me now though, because now, unless I'm missing something, that feels like a strong move. Yep, and now I have mate in 2. So I turned the game around. That one felt kind of dicey for a little bit, but able to recover. As soon as he let me get my other rook over to oppose the queen on the F file, that game turned around very quickly for me. And we played checkmate. So let's do a little bit of reviewing for that game. Definitely a closer game than most of our games have been this speed run. I may have been in a little bit of trouble there. He played a very weird setup, which is just the double fianchetto. It's not a whole lot of theory around this line. So this is all fine. Yeah, that was a weird move. I don't know what I was thinking there. I should have just continued to take space. I considered c5 in this position, but that felt like that was leaving both diagonals pretty strong. I wanted to take the full center without blocking in my bishop. But I'm already fine here. Doing very well, actually. That's fine, a little bit of a prophylactic move, and then that was a strong defense, and then what I didn't see here, okay, so it does like g5 in this position. What was wrong with the move that he played? Okay, so I played knight takes is good, queen takes. Oh, yeah, that just wins a piece. What was I thinking? I totally missed that move. I could have just won a bishop. And not only won a bishop, but also attacked a rook while I was at it. And if he plays that, I can just draw my bishop back and I'm just up a piece. Okay, so definitely a miss there that I should not have missed. And at this point, he's a little bit better. Okay, that's immediately bad. Oh, because I can trap the queen. Another miss. So I played very sloppy this game. Definitely missed a lot of opportunities. Still thinks I'm much better in this position though. That was correct. Getting my rook over to the h file was actually incorrect. Okay, I still had the opportunity to trap his queen first there, then he has to draw it back and this would trap the queen. So several missed opportunities. Definitely not a very good game on my end here. I do have to play f takes to maintain an advantage here. Okay, and even in this position when I felt like things were getting a little bit out of hand, I still actually was much, much better, and not only better, but winning. So he brings his queen over, and then I do play the most convincing move. Rook h6 would have also been a decent try, but that's the best move. And then, yeah, it doesn't have a whole lot for him to do. There's not really anything he can do to prevent my rook from getting over. So he plays one of the best moves, knight f3. Interesting, again, it doesn't like knight or my rook over. It prefers bringing my knight in first. It's still the third best. No, it's not. Bishop h6 or rook h6. So what about this line? So knight in, he plays knight back, and then now I bring my rook over, and this is much better because I guess if he drops back, I play bishop takes, rook takes. Okay, and then I have that to win the queen. Anyways, I play rook over, he plays queen back, I go there, and then at this point I have mate in 2, which I play out on the board, and that's the game. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for joining.